Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I do not think it altogether inappropriate to introduce myself to this audience. I am the man who accompanied Jacqueline Kennedy to Paris, and I've enjoyed it. I am also happy to have an opportunity to express publicly my appreciation to President and Mrs. de Gaulle for the hospitality and kindness which they have showed to us since our visit to Paris. I must say also, as I said to the General, that my most vivid impression of my visit here was not even the extraordinary spectacle which we all witnessed last night, which reminded us of the long reach into history which this country possesses, but rather was the sense of vigor and vitality and force possessed by the French people themselves. I do not say that riding in a car through rainy streets is the best method of making a determination of national character. But I have ridden through many streets, and I must say it is a most effective method of determining the quality of a people. And I think any American who shared the experiences which we have had during the past 2 days, in the sunshine on occasion, in the rain more often, would come away from this country with a feeling of confidence and hope. I come on the same mission which occupied many of my predecessors, stretching all the way back to President Wilson at the conclusion of the First World War. And that is how it is possible to bind more intimately for the common interest France and the United States, Europe and the United States. This is not altogether a new effort. I recall in my first days in the Congress of the United States in 1947, 48, and 49, when the great steps which were proposed on a bipartisan basis by the American people to assist in the restoration of Europe were among the most foresighted and far-sighted actions in which my country has been engaged. The Truman Doctrine, the British loan, the aid for Greece and Turkey, the Marshall Plan, and later NATO. The United States, I believe, can be proud of these programs and of the great results that they helped to produce. Without them, it is possible that the whole history of Western Europe since 1945 would now be entirely different. Even today, the basic concepts suggested in these programs form the essential part of the foreign policy of the United States. But these concepts alone are not adequate for our European policies in the 1960s. All of the power relationships in the world have changed in the last 15 years, and therefore our policies must take these changes into account. First is the change in Europe itself. In the 1940s, Europe Much of it was destroyed, its productive capacity liquidated, divided by a bitter war, inflation rampant, and only those who were optimists of the most extreme sort could have ever predicted the astonishing renaissance of Western Europe today. Its people have energy and confidence. Its economic growth rate is higher than that of the New World, either Canada or the United States. Its dollar shortages have been converted into balances which have even disturbed the monetary stability of the United States. There were those who said that Europe after the war would be a prisoner again of its ancient rivalries. Today, this continent offers the world the most outstanding examples of strength through unity,